Hello class, hope you are having a good holiday. In this chapter, chapter 15, module 9, we are going to be talking about the foundations of individual behavior. It's an interesting chapter because it deals with a lot of psychology, a lot of perception. And what you should be learning in this chapter is how perceptions, how we perceive things, influence individual behavior. And we should also know about how personalities affect the workplace, as well as attitudes. How do they affect our behavior as individuals and maybe the behavior of those working around us. We're also going to be talking about the dynamics of emotions, moods, and stress. So the first part of the chapter is essentially going to be defining perception. What is perception? And we want to know what the benefits are of a healthy psychological contract. And we also, by the end of this chapter, should be able to explain fundamental attribution error and self-serving bias, stereotyping, halo effect, selective perception, and projection can, if not used properly or not perceived properly, can adversely affect work behavior. There's something called impression management, and we're going to talk about that as well. The other thing is we need to define the big 5 personality traits and give work-related examples of each. We're going to also be talking about the 4 dimensions of Myers-Briggs, MBTI, 5 personal, conception, and emotional adjustment personality traits are another thing we're going to talk about, and related examples for each of those. There are also 3 components of attitude. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to discuss job satisfaction and list all the components of job satisfaction. And we want to know what are the high and low consequences of job satisfaction. We're going to also talk about employee engagement, job involvement, organizational commitment, and finally, organizational leadership. We want to be able to define emotions, moods, and stress. We're going to talk about how emotions and moods influence work behavior. Here's a good one. What are the common stresses found in work and in personal life? How do we balance those two out? Let's talk about good and bad stress, what they call constructive and destructive stress. Discuss job burnout and workplace rage, for better known as going postal. No, it's not funny, but really, it's something that we really have to be very careful about. We can't ask those questions in an interview. We can't ask anything about, people's backgrounds unless they've been convicted of a felony or something like that. And even that's questionable. And also, finally, we're going to be discussing personal wellness as a stress management strategy. So that's kind of an overview of the chapter. And, what's a big part of this chapter is MBTI, 5 traits. We're going to talk about emotional stability and openness. We're going to talk about authoritarianism, Machiavellianism, self-monitoring, and a type A personality. Okay. Constructive and destructive stresses, and so forth. So that's where this chapter is heading. That's the overview. Look at the videos I'm posting, and If we don't talk about this stuff on Monday, if Art Healy comes in, we'll start talking about this on Wednesday. Okay. Have a good evening.